This is the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertson and broadcasting live from the Omni Frisco at the Star.
Here we go. Run Z.
Brought to you by
Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. Albertsons, the official supermarket and pharmacy of the Dallas Cowboys. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Bacardi, live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi. And by Mahindra. Find your nearest Mahindra dealer at TexasMahindraDealers.com.
Now, your hosts, Jeff Cavanaugh, Taylor Stern, and Brad Sham.
Welcome, everybody. It's Victory Monday on the Cowboys Hour. Thanks for coming out. Now, we are on our regular Monday night spot at 6 o'clock for the Cowboys Hour, the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, sponsored by Albertsons. We are near our regular location. We are actually at but not in. How's that? At but not in the Omni Frisco. And the fans who are here tonight to see some real live hot boys.
Hot boys.
Hot boys.
In the building.
They are in the building, and you guys had to know that you wanted to come here and find this tonight. So hats off to you. Congratulations. It's Victory Monday. It's 5 in a row. It's 5 in a row. And so we just had to have some more Hot Boys action. And so here are Maliek Collins and Daniel Ross, and thank you both very much for being here. Now, let me just tell you this. Maliek normally is a man of action. He is normally a man of a few words, somewhat soft-spoken, belying the way he plays. Am I doing all right so far?
You doing good.
Okay, good. Now,
with that soft tone.
But he's got a little more. He's got a little more of that Barry White thing going on tonight because he's got a sore throat. And do you have a head cold or just a sore throat?
Nah, just lost my voice.
Just lost your voice. Okay, screaming in the huddle probably. And that was going on some yesterday. So this guy will talk with pain. He'll play with pain. He'll talk with pain. He'll sack you with pain. He will do whatever it takes. And so we're very grateful that you are here under those adverse conditions. And we said, who will we put with Maliek? And Maliek said, Daniel Ross. I won't have to talk much if we get Ross. So there's a lot of reasons why we're happy to have Daniel Ross here, but it's good to have you here. Daniel. Thank you very much.
Nice to be here.
We're delighted to have all of you who are with us on the Cowboys Radio Network, wherever you are. Those of you who are watching live or later in the week, streamed on DallasCowboys.com. I will just give you a couple of little program notes. Next week, what's the date today? The 10th? Next week, we will actually be back in the concourse of the Ford Center at the Star. We will have room in there on the 17th. We will not have a show on Christmas Eve. Be with your family on Christmas Eve. If you don't have a family, make a friend and be with them on Christmas Eve. We will have a party on New Year's Eve. We will have a show on New Year's Eve. And
first playoff week?
As soon as the Cowboys have mathematically clinched their playoff spot, which mathematically hasn't happened yet, then we'll be able to tell you that we will have a show on Monday night, January 7th, 2019. And we'll keep going as long as they keep going. And so the way you guys are going, it looks like we hopefully are going to be doing a whole bunch more shows.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks for that is right.
Is there any better motivation than knowing that if you win, another Cowboy Hour happens?
Yeah.
Is there any better motivation
That's
than
what
that?
they say in the huddle. They're just like, more Cowboys Hour.
Yeah.
I can see it.
So I want to start with Maliek, but both of you talk a little bit about that. That felt to me yesterday like watching Rocky 1. It was like a big slugfest, a heavyweight fight, and of course it had to go overtime, and of course there had to be that many plays in the game. What was it like playing in there? Were you just exhausted at the end?
Man, it was intense. I can tell you that. By the end of the game...
D-Ross, bring that microphone right up in front of your face. We don't want to miss a syllable. Okay.
All right. By the end of the game, I was beat. I know this man was beat. If I was beat, he was beat.
Maliek, by the way, if he pauses before he responds, is drinking hot tea with lemon or honey?
He said lemon. We're
Definitely put some honey in it.
Honey too. Okay, we'll get something sweet in that for you. So, were you just drained at the end yesterday?
Not really. It wasn't too many plays.
For the defense?
Yeah, it wasn't a lot of defensive plays in the game. I think somewhere starting the fourth quarter, we had about like 29 plays. And, we was fresh going into overtime, so we was prepared to go back out there if we needed to.
So if Ross was exhausted and you weren't, are you just in way better shape than Daniel? Is that what
Most definitely.
Yeah,
That's what it comes down to.
I was drained emotionally.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm
It was
right.
a stressful game.
I am right with you there.
Well, Daniel,
That
I
was a
like
tough
that
one.
you said that drained emotionally. I think Cowboys fans were drained emotionally because they knew what the game meant, what was on the line as far as playoff hopes and what it meant for the NFC East. How much do you guys buy into that, knowing that, or is it just a nameless, faceless opponent? They're just not talking to that one.
I say we try to treat it like a nameless, faceless opponent, but, we know the severity, what could happen if we didn't win that game yesterday and, how important it was for our future.
How much, or how does it happen? And it seems like this happens a lot in the NFL. You guys have an incredible defense this year. But when it gets to the point of the fourth quarter and they were able to start moving the ball and putting up some points, what changed? Did you feel like anything changed with you guys or them, or just it's really tough to stop an NFL team for 48 minutes?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big switch of momentum. They got some momentum. They had some good defensive stops.
Yeah.
And, they were able to score a few touchdowns and tie the game up. So,
Do you guys believe in the backs against the wall mentality that I've been hearing preached? I think I've heard Tyrone, DeMarcus, and you started smiling, Maliek. What do you think about that?
we hear it all the time. Coach Garrett, he'll repeat it over and over and over again and beat it into us. And, so I'm used to hearing it.
What does that mean to you, though, when you hear backs against the wall?
I mean, well, it's true. We have to, we have to win if we want to keep playing in the playoffs. And, it's a nice mentality to have, but it's something that I always try to look at.
Yeah.
Daniel, tell us a little bit about your journey to the NFL, because everybody's got their own individual story. Maliek, Nebraska, third round, Dallas Cowboys. Looking into how you got here, that your path is a little bit different.
Yeah, my path is a lot different from a lot of guys in the league. I started at the JUCO, did 2 years there. 2 seasons.
Wait, don't make it sound like jail now. Come on.
At the JUCO.
I did 2 years. I did my 2 years. I got out.
I did 2 seasons at Northeast Mississippi. It was good. It was a good time, but I did 2.5 years in the CFL, and that was a struggle up there. But I had a good agent. I had a good man behind me, Matt Strickle. Shout out to him. He never stopped fighting for me, and I never stopped fighting for him. And 2017, I got my shot to come to the NFL. So.
What was the struggle of the CFL? I know you had an injury up there at one point, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a meniscus tear. Sat me out for a whole season, and I was cut from a team. I went to 2 teams back and forth for real. One team cut me, and then the next year, I was back on that same team, and then they cut me again. For absolutely no reason, but we're not going to get into all that. And then I went to another team, and they just screwed me around.
Who's the first person you give a hug to when you were on the Dallas Cowboys active roster?
The first person?
Yeah.
Oh, it was my mom. Not even my mom, though. It was my godmother. She was right there. That was my first hug.
So Jeff and I were talking about since we're on your travel log, Daniel. And for people who don't know, now both of these men were outstanding high school athletes, as you would expect, and not just in football. So once upon a time, what are you laughing at already now, man? Come on. You were a pretty good basketball player in Louisville, right?
Yeah, most def.
In fact, there's some scholarship that says that you were at one time the number 2 low post basketball player in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Is Kentucky good for basketball?
What?
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We all know the answer
How
to
did
that
you
one.
not wind up playing basketball somewhere in the state of Kentucky? Didn't have to be UK. Western, Eastern.
My football coach, he told me that my calling was football. So my sophomore year, I didn't play football until my sophomore year of high school. So
let me just get this. Your football coach, whose job is to find football players, said, "Oh, no, you're not a basketball player. Never mind what all those scouts say. You're a football player."
Exactly. So I gave it a try my sophomore year, and first play, I came down, kickoff, open field, hit him. He was out for like the whole game.
Oh, and you like that?
Oh. Yeah, I like to take my aggression out on people.
Okay, then.
And it's
right.
And it's legal. So.
Yeah,
that's legal.
How tall are you? What's your listed height?
6'4".
Okay, so as a low post player, that might not have been NBA. Maybe your coach was right that it was, hey,
exactly,
heck of a player, but 6'4" sounds like a football player.
Oh, but I can move though.
Okay.
We've seen that, actually.
Yeah.
Some of the best plays you've made have been because you can move so well.
I can go on the perimeter if I wanted to.
Then the real person who could move was Maliek, who was the state champion wrestler in high school.
I was getting there.
Yeah. That was a guy who could do some moves. When did you decide that you had to just focus on football when you went to Nebraska?
Oh, that was always football. Wrestling was just to keep me in shape for football, to keep my weight down. Never really thought about pursuing it after.
Did it help you though, like different unique techniques, if you would, for wrestling and football? How does it translate?
I say the mental toughness you gotta have to wrestle, to go through a practice, is pretty much equivalent to like a fall camp. You know how in football, how we out there grinding, full pass every day, or a Marinelli individual. Y'all should ask Ross about his first practice.
Oh, we're fixing to. Just on the other side of this coming up break.
Oh, okay. I was going to
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh man, Brad, you know what just happened?
What just happened?
I forgot.
Oh man,
I had a great question.
Guess what?
It'll be there.
I got it. It's back.
Because I was going to say.
Hold the phone, everybody. It's back.
I don't know how to tell you this, but that's going to get worse.
Oh no.
With age.
No. So you said wrestling to keep the weight down. Mm-hmm. Are you now at this point? I find it fascinating because a lot of offensive linemen and defensive linemen you see when they're done playing football, they shrink. Which way does your body want to go? Up or down? Do you have to keep it up there or do you have to keep it down there?
I got to keep it down there for sure.
Okay. Are we snacking? What are we doing?
Just all around discipline. Just got to be better.
Okay. All right.
I got some of this great asparagus down here.
I mean, sure, it's fried, deep fried, but it's delicious.
But inside the deep frying is asparagus. It's a vegetable.
Yes.
I promise it's green. It's healthy. We are just getting started on the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour at the Omni Frisco this evening with our special guests, Daniel Ross and Maliek Collins of the Hot Boys, Cowboys defensive tackles. And we are brought to you, as always, in part by Omni. Next time you travel for an away game, here's how to make the most of it. Stay with Omni Hotels and Resorts. They have 60 premier locations coast to coast with things like world-class spas, championship golf, and great dining. Visit OmniHotels.com to learn more. Omni Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel of the Dallas Cowboys. And by Lucchese. Lucchese Bootmakers now open at the Star in Frisco. Shop from a variety of world-class handmade cowboy boots, as well as all new signature apparel and accessories. Visit their brand new store today and experience the tradition that is
Lucchese Bootmaker.
We'll be right back on the Cowboys Hour.
Back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from the Omni Frisco at the Star.
3rd and 7 at the 15. And Prescott in the gun. They look like they're going to blitz. Here comes everybody. Slant in the direction. Cooper caught it on the bounce. Off the defender. Cooper walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Cooper. Cowboys win. Well, of course they do. It's Cowboys Victory Monday.
Woo!
Sweep the Eagles. Get rid of them. Get them out of here.
Out of here.
Back on the Cowboys Hour with our special guests, Maliek Collins and Daniel Ross, with Jeff Cavanaugh and Taylor Stern. And we were talking a little bit about the athletic prowess of both of these men moments ago. But I know Maliek and I have probably had this conversation before. You're from Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I went to Missouri.
Yep.
Yeah, Maliek knew that.
What's up with Nebraska?
Missouri didn't recruit hard enough.
Ooh.
So the
You had a lot of
so the
offers.
pockets weren't deep enough.
I had like 3. But, nah, I didn't get paid.
Oh, come on.
No one ever
wish.
has. No one ever has in college
wish.
sports.
Who was it? It was Nebraska, Arkansas.
Nebraska, Arkansas. Arkansas came late. Iowa, Kansas, Missouri.
Acts like
At least they were in it.
Yeah.
At least they were smart enough to be in it. All right, let's come back to present day for a minute, and then I don't think we're quite done with Daniel Ross's basketball career yet. I have this feeling, but let's come back to the present day. So, I think everybody recognized that you guys had a good defense at training camp, and I think we saw as the season was unfolding that you had something building. Obviously, over the last month, it's gone nuts. And you therefore put pressure on yourselves to continue to do it every week. And now people are going to be gunning for you. I want to know what it's like. Daniel, you can go first. What's it like from the inside when you start getting these results and suddenly the statistics become meaningful because it's not for 3 games, it's for a whole year, and then you have a game like you did against the Saints. And what's that like from the inside to be part of that?
Man, I just feel like it's a total blessing, you know, to be a part of this group of guys. We really take heed in each other. Like, we really lean on each other to support one another in anything we do, especially on the field and off the field.
Feed off each other, inspire each other,
Yeah,
play
we do.
well because of each other?
We do all that. And just me just coming in, not knowing the system and, you know, getting used to everybody. The guys, they treated me like a brother. You know, there was our ups and our downs, especially our downs between me and this guy over here.
Ooh, drama.
But nah, it's nothing but a brotherhood, you know.
Maliek, you on the other hand have been part of it your entire career. What has this year, this build-up been like? What's it feel like? And what's it feel like is out in front of you?
It's feel like what we've been progressing to all these years, for these last 3 years. You know, trying to build that, and we're trying to keep it going, and we're trying to get even better. Like 23 points on defense, and no, that's not our standard.
What is?
0.
It's pretty hard to do the way the rules are now.
We still scratching the surface of this defense. We ain't even,
Say more.
yeah.
Say more. Just scratching the surface.
We're just scratching the surface. We haven't even touched our full potential of the defense yet.
What are your goals for the full defense vision to come out to play?
With defense, win championships.
Ooh.
So that's
Enough said.
Enough said. Now, obviously, Maliek, you're wearing the Hot Boys hat for anyone who can't see it listening on the radio. And then you've changed your Twitter handle to Hot Boy Ross. How much of this Hot Boys mentality is just soaked into your guys' group?
Oh, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Man.
Oh, that I'm just terrified by that whole idea. Somehow I think there are things. There's so many questions I want to ask, and I don't want to hear the answers to any of them somehow.
But it is a lifestyle. That's why it's only a select few.
Yeah.
So what? All right. So how would you describe the lifestyle to people who will never be able to participate in it?
Just the outsiders.
Like Sean Lee.
You just gotta live the life of a hot boy.
Yeah.
Sean wasn't up to par.
Sore spot?
He was confused. When we had him on, he was
hurt.
confused. He was hurt. He didn't know what he did wrong.
And
He was a hot boy, then he wasn't.
I can't comment on that. I gotta answer the
No
side on
comment.
that.
I work with a guy named William Boykins, and he got a Hot Boys beanie. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to get one for Brad for Christmas. So
A beanie?
Yeah.
No, Maliek. I don't know if a beanie's my style, but Malik's got me.
I got Brad tomorrow, Mr. Sham tomorrow.
That's good. You
How
gotta,
do you get
gotta
those?
monetize these
I get
things.
it made.
He get them made. I ain't even got this shit. This is
In fact, when I'm
a
told,
one of one.
what I'm told is that Maliek is the director of merchandising for
Yes.
the Hot Boys.
Yeah.
Is this true, D. Ross?
Yeah, most definitely.
hit him up on Twitter.
Most
I'm a hat guy.
Most definitely.
I get the hats made.
Now, are you guys in roles? Because I don't know, Brad. I don't know if you know this, but the Hot Boys were a rap group.
Yes, I'm aware.
Lil Wayne, Juvenile, BG.
Can't say that I
and
have a
missing
lot of them
one.
in my iPod, but yeah.
Turk, yes. Now, do you guys have roles like that picked out, or is it just we're the Hot Boys?
We kind of embraced the whole Cash Money and how they were structured. As far as like Ty being Slim, which is like the the head guy.
Who's Juvenile?
I don't know. I'm more like a Manny Fresh, you know.
Oh, okay, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
The beat.
There are actually maybe 3 people in this room who understand anything the hell about what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
And 2 of them are Maliek and Daniel. Yeah. Okay, go
Right.
ahead.
So little that you guys keep doing to each other. They keep like greeting each other with this little noise.
You know, it's how we let each other know that we in the building.
But how would you hear that over a loud crowd?
Oh, you hear it?
Daniel,
We always got to be keyed in.
tell me about your introduction to Rod Marinelli.
Oh, it was hell. Excuse my French, but it was. Oh man, my first practice with the Cowboys. I was coming.
That was last November, right?
Yeah, it was last November. I was coming from being with KC Chiefs 7 weeks. It was a culture shock. It was a culture shock to me coming from KC to Dallas, and the way Dallas do things here under Rob Marinelli is totally different.
See, well, we're going to need you to explain that because a lot of people who only watch pro football as fans think that it's pro football's pro football. It's all done the same everywhere. But you've got a perspective that's different.
Oh yeah, it's all I can say is it's miserable. Practice is miserable. It's not fun, you know. But we thrive in that misery, you know. They put us. Rob Marinelli, he put us through the ringer every day, you know, just to test where our mindset is and how strong our mindset will be.
Now, for Maliek, when you first met Rod Marinelli, was it similar? Would your response have been something along those lines? And how does it change as you've been around him for a while? You've established yourself on the team. Does he get easier on you?
It's the same thing every day. Fortunately, I had a couple context clues. I talked to Randy about it. You know, I had worked out with Big Cat previous to the draft, and just Big Cat.
That would be Leon Lite for anybody who doesn't know.
That was like a 2.5 hour workout. So I was just preparing for that.
So that your workout with Leon Lite was a 2.5 hour workout preparing for the draft.
It had to be a violation at that time.
Easy now, easy, sir, easy. Okay, I think you'd have a great perspective on this because I think watching Randy Gregory from the time he was drafted to now being on the field and having a lot of success and pressure in the quarterback, a lot of people have a lot of different views on Randy Gregory. Some people would say the way the NFL system is set up isn't necessarily the way it should be to help people get to where you'd like them to be. So watching him go from where he started to now being a big factor on this defense, what was that like for you as a former roommate, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, I wish they got the most success, man. Praying for him, and I hope he just stays on this path.
He works hard at doing that, doesn't he?
Yeah, for sure.
What were some funny things about being his roommate?
Oh, man.
What'd you learn about him then?
That would not get you arrested.
Yeah. Was he a snorer or?
Nah, he slept a lot, though. He slept a lot. Man, he was a good dude.
He's still a good dude.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We don't want to start another line of questioning before we do that. And then there's more coming. I want to hear about how the Hot Boys got started. And I do want to hear about how it sprinkles through all levels of the defense. Maliek Collins and Daniel Ross, our guests this evening on the Cowboys Hour.
And thank you, Jack Black. Want to use what the pros use? Jack Black is the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys. Get your Jack Black Playmaker 4 JB Faves plus a full-size lip balm for just $10 with free shipping at getjackblack.com. Use code Cowboys. And when it comes time to shop for tailgate favorites, go to Albertsons and Tom Thumb. Get 10% off your groceries every Dallas Cowboys game day when you wear your Cowboys jersey. Albertsons and Tom Thumb, the official supermarket and pharmacy of the Dallas Cowboys. We'll be right back.
Back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from the Omni Frisco at the Star.
Okay, 62 on the left hash. It's a long kick. It is good. It's good. It's 62 yards for Maher, and it's the longest field goal in Cowboys history. That was yesterday. That was part of victory Monday today. Brett Maher's record field goal. This is the Cowboys Hour, the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, brought to you by Albertsons. I'm Brad Sham with Jeff Cavanaugh and Taylor Stern, our special guests Maliek Collins and Daniel Ross. Maliek, what was that like? 62 yards right at the half. Most people thought, oh, well, what the heck, let's just give it a try. Got nothing to lose. What was that like for the team when that thing went through?
That was dope, especially since he had missed one before that, and to see how he responded back, it's a testament of, what Nebraska breeds.
Nebraska.
How often do you guys talk to kickers?
What a setup.
I talk to Brett a lot because he's from Nebraska.
Because he's from Nebraska.
If he wasn't,
Did you talk to Dan when he was here?
Yeah, I talked to Dan, but not as much as my Nebraska.
Daniel,
Nebraska.
Daniel, do you talk to the kickers? I feel like they're kind of in their own little world sometimes.
Yeah, they are, but I talk to them every now and then.
Okay.
Do you sing to them? Because we've got an exclusive look that in the locker room, you are wearing a ugly Christmas sweater that lights up with the sound of your voice, and that you literally serenaded Justin March Lillard with a sweet, sweet Christmas song. It was beautiful. It made Jeff tear up.
A little bit.
Yeah.
You have a great voice.
You do, Daniel. You do. Pursue your dreams.
I was a choir boy, growing up.
Were you really? Is that a joke or for real?
No, that's serious.
Did you like Christmas songs the best, or what was your specialty?
Anything.
Okay.
Which level is it? What is it? There's like a tenor and a alto. What'd you do?
I was like more of a tenor.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You're singing right now.
Yeah.
No.
Aw. You put it on Instagram where you want everyone to follow you and see you, but not
Taylor, what if you
started
took
it?
out your phone and recorded Daniel
Beyond me.
for Instagram?
I'm puzzled.
And then you could put that up
Yeah, do
and
it,
post
Daniel.
it, and then everyone could hear Daniel singing, and you could post it.
This is after the show.
No, right now.
Daniel,
You need a shout out.
make the kids happy.
Tell him go to down.
No, right now. Don't you want to hear Daniel sing a little
This is
something?
beyond me.
Daniel, just do it.
They
I'll
gonna
start
put
it
me on
off.
the spot like that.
What was the Christmas song?
This Christmas.
Okay, ready?
No.
And this, I'm ready for it. Ready?
What? I ain't ready. What are you talking about?
Okay, 5, 6, 7,
Say
8.
what? Hold on.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, water.
Oh, he's gonna do
Water.
it. Oh, he's gonna do it.
Don't-
Darn right he's going to do it. He's a hot boy.
He's a hot boy. Okay,
I'm only gonna do it. Maliek gotta say the magic words.
Maliek.
Then he got.
Hot boy shit.
Okay, Daniel.
All right. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah.
Yeah! That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about. I want that on Instagram before we're off the air, please, mister.
Who knew? And what is your Instagram handle so everybody can go follow you?
Oh, you can go follow me at God_blessed93.
Okay. Got you. I see you right here. Yeah. Because I know your Twitter had changed, but not your Instagram. So very important. But did you guys believe that sweet voice?
I think it was
Now
wonderful.
Tank
I think it was
was singing on Antoine Woods' Instagram last week. Did you guys kind of have like a Christmas song battle?
I don't know. I ain't even seen that one.
It was Silent
I was
Night.
there. It was terrible.
What was that? Like,
You
tell me
said
about
it
that.
was terrible?
It was terrible.
Where were you guys? Give me the
It
scoop.
was at Ty House. It was leaving Ty crib.
Why'd you think it was horrible?
Cause D-Lock can't sing.
Can you?
No, but
did.
I know
He just did.
I can hold a better note than him. No disrespect.
What's
to you,
your
big
secret
bro, but
talent, Maliek?
You
What's
know.
my talent?
Yeah, what's your secret talent?
I don't know.
Hat making?
I can sing a little bit, but like not like right now.
You know, my man's voice is not where it's
No,
at.
it would be terribly unfair to ask Maliek to do that right now.
Yeah.
So we won't. But I'll tell you what I do want to do is make sure that everybody knows the price that these guys pay physically to go out there and perform for our entertainment. So, Maliek, how many feet do you have?
2,
How many have you broken?
3.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Did you get both of them, or was one of them 3?
I did both of them. Yeah, I think I did both of them. Yeah, I did both of them.
So you the first one was in your rookie mini camp, is that right?
Nah, it was in first OTAs.
In OTA, well, yeah, okay, in OTAs. Oh, Stephen, thank you for bringing Maliek more tea. That's great. So you broke your foot. Here you are, rookie, third-round draft choice, Marinelli. One make an impression, right? It broke your foot.
Yep.
And as I recall, you were out of action until well into training camp.
Yeah, I came back like the last week of training camp.
And got on the field. Soldier is right. Now, late in last year, when last year did you break the other foot?
It's like right before the Redskins game. The first Redskins game.
In October?
Because
it's like week 6 or something like that.
and you played with a broken foot for most of the year, right?
Yeah, it was
By the
fresh.
way, missed 0 games. Played in every game. And then you had surgery on that foot, the other foot, in January. So now we're going to get out ahead of things.
Yeah.
You're going to be ready for the spring.
Yep.
What happened in the spring?
Broke it again in May.
Can we be done with the broken feet?
Bag drills.
Bag drills? Nah, I'd handle that.
How do you fight through that?
Just staying focused. I mean, I know what my job is to do, and I know what I want to do, and I just got this inner satisfaction that just drives me to be the best that I can be.
And then what's the knee issue that you had?
Sprained MCL.
Yeah, still have that?
Yeah, I did it the first Philly game. So I did it the Giants game, then I redid it the first Philly game in Philly.
So you are doing what you are doing, what we're all watching you, as productive as you are, with a sprained MCL.
Guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Guess so.
What do you do? Is there anything you have to do or will do in the off season for that, or is it something where you have to kind of rest and rehab for?
Probably rest and rehab. Give a break.
So you and Zach Martin have broken knees, and you guys are just out there trying to string some W's together.
Yeah, Zach's different though. Zach a different animal.
Iron Man.
Go on. What do you mean?
Tell us about that, please.
I don't really know too much on his, but
No, I mean, what do you mean by he's a different animal?
he's a dog, man. So,
You're a dog.
yeah.
Well, the crazy thing is last night, obviously, everyone saw it. They heard Brad's call of Amari Cooper's overtime touchdown. And I liked that Maliek, you had quote tweeted somebody saying, I want to get an Amari Cooper jersey. And you said, me too. And for how much Hot Boys love you guys have, you're showing some offensive love. But what has a guy like Amari Cooper done for this entire team, not just the offense?
I mean, seeing the performance like he had last night is just it's inspirational. You know, everybody go out there and they want to have those type of performances in those big games like that. And seeing him come in here and the way he's come in here and work, hasn't said much to anybody. It's just a testament to how hard he works and what he makes to this team.
How much?
What do you think, Daniel?
He stole the rose right out of my mouth. I ain't gotta say nothing else.
Why, you word thief?
Classic Maliek. That's classic
nothing else to
Maliek.
say.
How much of the other NFL games do you guys ever watch or catch highlights of during the season?
I just catch highlights. I don't watch other NFL games.
Did you guys see the Chicago Bears touchdown play where they put all their offensive linemen and their defensive linemen on the field and then threw a touchdown?
Yeah, I seen.
Tell me which one of you guys would be the better option on a play like that. What they ended up doing was throwing to an offensive tackle, but they had defensive linemen in at running back. Which one of you guys would be better playing offense?
I feel like both of us would have executed that play.
I would want to like get handed the ball, but like catching the ball is.
That's me.
I don't want to do it.
Basketball, that seems about right. And wrestling,
hands.
good leverage.
Good hands, Daniel?
Yeah.
Good hands.
Stick.
And Maliek,
I
just
got sticky.
running power.
Yeah, I dominate that.
I saw that. And of course they had the defensive tackle, Akeem Hicks, is that right?
Yeah.
Who they gave him the ball a few weeks ago. They handed him, so that was your wish to come true. Before we run out of time in this segment, I want to not exclude Daniel from the soldier mentality. What game was it you left on crutches?
Oh man, that was the Eagle game.
First Eagle game.
Time we played Eagles.
Beginning of the stretch, right?
Yeah. Nah, it was right when Van Der Esch caught the interception.
Yeah. And I thought you had a torn calf.
Nah, it wasn't torn. It was a sprain. Nah, it wasn't even a sprain. It was
pull.
It was a strain. It was a strained calf.
So here you are. You're getting in the mix. You're making some plays. Made a big play in Washington. You've made 2 or 3 with your quickness and penetration. And now that happens. Were you worried that you were not going to be able to be in the rotation and keep contributing at that point?
Yeah, I was worried, but I wasn't that too much worried. After they told me that it was a strain, I just said, let's go ahead and get this rehab started, and let me hopefully be back next week. So focused on getting into the rehab, working with Brett. So I was able to come back that following week.
By the way, they both keep talking about working with Britt. That's Britt Brown, who is the Cowboys member of the athletic training staff who's in charge of rehab. And I've heard it said that as tough as Marinelli is, you would rather practice than spend a session working with Britt.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, he going to take you through the ringer.
These folks are never going to work through the ringer with Britt Brown. Just tell them a little bit about what he does to get you ready to get back on the field.
He got these cords. You only going 15 yards. But, I mean, you sidestepping and you shuffling. You backwards walking. I mean, it's like...
You knee bending.
It's like really nothing. But, I mean, it's like it just take a toll on you. And you just be like, hey, that's enough. He just keep applying pressure. And, you know, I don't work with him. I'm very familiar with him. I don't work with him.
No, you don't want no part of Britt.
That was my first time, man.
Are you done with Britt?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Daniel Ross and Maliek Collins here from the Hot Boys on Victory Monday on the Cowboys Hour tonight with Taylor Stern and Jeff Cavanaugh. We'll be back in a minute. If you've got a question, hold your hand up. Won't be a far walk for Stephen to get over there and get it to you to ask a question. We are brought to you in part by Omni. Next time you travel for an away game, here's how to make the most of it. Stay with Omni Hotels and Resorts. They have 60 premier locations coast to coast with things like world-class spas, championship golf, and great dining. Visit OmniHotels.com to learn more. Omni Hotels and Resorts, the official hotel of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Lucchese. Lucchese Bootmaker is now open at the Star in Frisco. Shop from a variety of world-class handmade cowboy boots, as well as all new signature apparel and accessories. Visit their brand new store today and experience the tradition that is
Lucchese Bootmaker.
We're back with Daniel Ross and Maliek Collins in just a moment on the Cowboys Hour.
Back to the Miller Lite Cowboys Hour, supported by Albertsons and broadcasting live from the Omni Frisco at the Star.
Prescott in the gun. Tie game, 3:12 to go. Snap is back. Looking, standing, throwing it deep down the right side. Little comeback call at the 40. Running away. This is Amari Cooper. Touchdown. 75 yards. Prescott to Cooper. I should probably stop sounding so surprised now when Amari Cooper runs 75 yards.
It's still exciting.
It is exciting. No, I'm used to it. I do wish they'd gotten a defensive highlight. When Daniel Ross got in there, got a hand on the ball, or Maliek Collins got up in the quarterback's face. And can I go back? I never do this, but I want to go back a game. I want to go to the New Orleans game. Jordan Lewis got all the glory, but you made the play. You got up in Bree's face and made him throw that ball to Jordan Lewis.
Russian cover.
Yeah, would you just walk us through that? What do you think in that stage of the game, and how does everything you've done, every rush, every battle you've had, you didn't run a game on that, did you? Was that a straight-ahead rush?
Yeah, I call it Macho.
Yeah, Macho? Is that your name for it? Okay.
Yeah.
And had you'd gone up against that guy all night, right? So what do you do to take the measure of him and figure out what will work to get in the guy's grill this time?
Well, I rehearsed the spin move like every day, and it's just something you got to go with your money move in a big time situation, and I came close, pressure breeze, this rush and cover working together. That's what So, I mean, that's what we coach to do.
How much freedom do you guys have on each individual play in terms of what you're going to do? Do you normally have a gap assignment, or can I go left, right, down the middle, whatever I want to try to get to the
You
quarterback?
definitely got assignments, but it just depends on. So when it comes to third down, if it's a green call or something like that, I'm in charge of calling the games. So, I call the game and, we rush it or however it goes.
How do you guys decide who is in charge of calling the game?
It's just like that. I don't know.
It's evolved that way.
Nah, Maliek, he's the best one at calling games. Like, he just does it automatically. So
Now, is that when we're talking about games, for anybody that doesn't know, we're talking about stunts where tackles and ends coordinate, and so does it matter who's next to you when you decide to call a game? If it's nickel, I guess it'll be tie a lot.
Yeah.
But
Lately I've been rushing a lot on D-Law side, and it's a hard side to rush on because you got so much attention coming to that side. You got the center turn, you got a back that's possible chipping him. You might have a tight end in the formation, and it's never the side that's gonna get the one-on-one rush for the inside guy. So just got to go over there and take on a double team with him. Hopefully.
How did you get the seniority and the ability to be the one that calls it if you're on the side with DeMarcus Lawrence, who's been here longer?
I've been calling him for a while now. It's probably about 3 years I've been calling him now. So
For the whole line or for that side of it?
For the whole line.
For the whole line. What happens if you call a game with D-Law and he don't want to?
That's why you the game caller.
I like that answer.
It seems like lately it's been a lot of the end having to crash down, and then you get to loop around, and now I think I understand why.
Well, that's the best way we've been seeing to get pressure. So
is to get Malik Collins free.
It's the fun and games.
It's a great plan.
Well, before we get to these great fan questions, we just have to thank Papa John's. When the Cowboys win, get 50% off regular menu price pizzas the next day. That's today. At papajohns.com with promo code CowboysWin. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Not valid with any other discounts. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary. And always a big shout out to Albertsons. When it comes time to shop for tailgate favorites, go to Albertsons and Tom Thumb. Get 10% off your groceries every Dallas Cowboys game day when you wear your Cowboys jersey. Albertsons and Tom Thumb, the official supermarket and pharmacy of the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, let's get some
Got
questions
some good
out
questions over here. I'm seeing some people excited.
Our first question.
Let's bring that up.
First question.
Switch out the mic.
We'll get out to the crowd there in a second.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to switch
Run
out
'em
the
out.
mic.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Well, since you're a great singer and you're singing Christmas carols, what do you want for Christmas this year? What's on your Christmas list?
This is a good question.
I ain't got nothing on my Christmas.
What are you going to get your kids?
Whatever they want.
What a
I'm
good
just
dad.
playing. I'm just playing. Nah, they gotta work for what they want.
Because you did.
Malik,
Exactly.
you got some ideas of what you're going to get?
What's on your list?
I don't know yet. I'm a last minute shopper. I can't.
Nah, but one thing that I am gonna get my son is like a Nerf gun.
Ooh.
I bought him one already. It's the big
But like,
one,
what if
the
you
rival
watch
one.
this and you know?
Dang. Right?
Oh, well, and now we've got a problem.
Congrats, you're getting a Nerf
You're
gun.
getting a Nerf gun.
All right.
Okay, so let's get this question right here. In
I ain't
the
gonna say
audience.
too much.
Okay, good idea.
All right.
Okay, our first question is from Larry from McKinney.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
How you doing?
I know that you all have a fun competition amongst each other as the Hot Boys, getting as many sacks as possible, but yet it's a unit performance. But in reality, what would you cherish more in your career? Having the most sacks or at least returning one fumble for a touchdown?
Oh, see, we've got such a smart audience. I love
We
these
really
questions.
do.
All right, D. Ross, you're first.
I gotta go with the touchdown.
I feel like you'd have a celebration dance.
Most definitely.
prepared.
That's why.
Yeah. What is it? Can you tell us, or we gotta wait for it?
I usually gotta wait for that. If it ever happens, but just know that's what I'm going with.
I say most sacks. If you go like sacks over time, I would say more sacks because it would mean more than a touchdown in one period.
How many? Okay, so if we said you were going to lead the team in sacks this year, or return a touchdown, you're taking the sacks.
For sure.
What if we move the touchdown number up? What if you ran back 4 fumbles for a touchdown?
Oh, that's different.
Then would you let Tank have the most sacks? Or, yeah. What about 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so at that point, once it's more than one,
we just have to establish the price. We understand what's going on.
There's always a price.
There's always a price. Okay, next one.
Our next question is from Don from Allen.
Well, before I ask my question, first, you guys have got to check the video out on this podcast, because when you were singing, he was channeling Ray Charles on the other end. You got to check that out. It's worth it. But the question I have for you is, Kyler Murray took the Heisman Trophy this weekend, and he's got an opportunity to play baseball, and he's got a great career toward football. Had you guys having dual sports and growing up in kind of the same atmosphere and having been in the league now for a while, what advice would you give to Kyler Murray?
Oh, look at this. Another smart question.
Go with your heart. You know?
Did you?
Yeah.
You did? Basketball is not your first love?
It was my first love, but I went with my heart. My heart was telling me football.
Okay.
My mind was telling me basketball.
Because?
Because I loved it. You know, I love the locker room, the guys that I was around, the traveling, different cities. It was just, a fun time. But when it comes down to business, football was my business opportunity.
So, as we said, you were in Edmonton in the CFL. You were with the 3 teams on the practice squad, and now this is the longest you've been anywhere in the NFL. Do you feel like you found a home, D. Ross?
Right now, yes. You know, I feel like that I can really establish myself with the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, I've got one more question for each of you.
Sounds like you're anticipating.
Rod Marinelli, as we know, is not only a taskmaster, but he's got nicknames for almost everybody. Almost everybody.
How many are safe for air on the radio?
Well, this is always an issue. We got 30 seconds left. Maliek, does he have a nickname for you?
Yeah, Rosie.
Why?
The fearsome foursome.
Rosie Greer.
Rosie Greer.
I knew that.
Yeah.
What's yours, Daniel?
Oh, no.
What is your nickname?
I don't even know.
It's a bad thing.
Okay, if it's a bad thing, we're not going to do that. There are children present. Thank you. Everybody give Maliek Collins and Daniel Ross a big hand. Thanks to Taylor Stern and Jeff Cavanaugh. We will be in the Ford Center next week on the Cowboy Hour.